So yeah, I just called being gay a gift, and that's because it is. It's very typical to be male or female. That's what everybody is. But to be a unit, to be transgender, to be bi, to be gay is a gift. It is a very small percentile, which leads me to, how did I even get here? Well, I'm going to try to keep my testimony very short because honestly, this isn't about me. This is about you. Um, but I will tell you this. It all started about 10 years ago. I was pregnant with my second child, and as a, mother to be, I'm reading all the different things that, your child can get. And I ran across some statistics that said that, 1 in every 1,000 children is born a hermaphrodite. Now, I had no clue what that was. It sounded like some goddess type thing, like from the Greeks, so I was kind of excited. But then, when I looked it up, I'm like, what? Oh my gosh, my child could have both, parts, both be male and female. Like, what the heck? Like, why on earth, why would that even happen, And excuse me if this offends anybody, because this is not where I am now, but this is where I was then, and it just boggled my mind as to how this could happen. And I was a Christian at this time. I've been a Christian all my life. I was born into this into Christianity. But my walk with God, is just very new. I am a baby in Christianity, in that regards to walking with the Lord and being obedient and getting into the Bible and really having Him on my heart, 24/7. But, again, that's what started for me was the hermaphrodite. And it really got me to be like, God, you know, why would you do this? What is this? What does this mean? And how could somebody be a hermaphrodite? And oh, but this would certainly explain people that are homosexual, because, there's probably some that are hermaphrodites, but, nobody goes and puts a sticker on their shoulder and says, hey, I'm a hermaphrodite, because of course it's something that is challenging and nobody's going to accept it. Daggone, people can't accept curly hair, okay? That's why we all flat iron it. You think somebody's going to accept the fact that I have both parts, which I'm not talking about myself, but I'm speaking in the sense that if I was, it comes back to that old acceptance thing. So, years go by and it's just put on my heart that, I don't think people that are homosexuals, because that's what I knew to call it back then. So I guess I lied. It isn't the last time you'd hear me say that word, but it's definitely going to be getting out of my vocabulary. Um, that nobody would choose this. Just like we as ethnic women do everything we can for the most part. I know there's some of us that are extremely brave that can wear their cute curly hair and afros that are this high, and God bless you, because hey, you're awesome. But for most of us, we straighten our hair. Hello, look, I've even added blonde to it. And by the way, I love it, but that's neither here or there. We all want to fit in. So when you're talking about people with the most private aspect of their life, their sexuality, are saying, yes, this is who I am. Oh, and by the way, I'd like to marry the person that I'm in love with. When you're coming and saying these things, when you think with the brain that God gave you and you think logically, why would anybody do that? Well, there's a million answers. Most of those people prayed and asked God to please change them up until they decided to accept it, because they just knew that this wasn't going to change. And, and, and B is because, I lost my train of thought. Let me go back to that. And you'll get a lot of this as you start watching more of my videos. But the bottom line is that this is how God made people. And if there was something that He didn't want to be in the realms of our society in this way, it wouldn't be. Not when we're talking about things that you cannot control. You cannot control your basic physiological attractiveness to somebody. Now, somebody's going to say, oh, well, that's just lust. That's just lust. That's just lust, my butt. It is not just lust. Lust is when lust is homosexuality. That's when you are out there with everybody. And to be perfectly honest, you really want to know who owns the homosexuality badge, who really should wear it? Straight people. We're the ones that are out there with everybody. And let's be real, if you're a Christian, we're the ones that are, well, we don't go all the way, but we're doing other things to say that we're not having sex. I mean, it's just so funny as how the Christian community is the one pointing their fingers of homosexuality at the gay community, who are not homosexuals, they are eunuchs. Homosexuality is worn by the Christian community. They're the ones in mass numbers. Look at any stat numbers. You'll see Christians outrank non-Christian couples in divorces. Therefore, they outrank them in remarriages, and divorces, and remarriages, and divorces. And you know what all happens in between that? Is homosexuality. Exactly. Straight people are so homo, it's not even funny. Whereas you have the gay community who's been mislabeled, and the media is getting better because it's being more accepted, where they can really show truer pictures of gay people. It's the gay people who are the ones that are in the committed relationships. So we're going to talk a little bit more about what this does to the straight community, what this does to the gay community, and then when you slap on Christian gay, Christian straight, the enemy has got his hands in this, and he is making a big old mess, and there's a lot of Christians out there slopping the mud around with him. So stay tuned for the next podcast. Thank you.